Hello, good morning students and welcome back to the class 9 Work and Energy chapter. So up till now we have studied about the work done, kinetic energy, and today we are going to start with a new topic, that is potential energy. Potential energy. So what is potential energy? Well, kinetic energy that we studied was the energy possessed by an object because of its motion. That means if the object is in motion, if it has certain amount of velocity, that means it is having kinetic energy. So if the object is having certain motion, then it is having energy, and that energy is called kinetic energy. So what is potential energy? Potential energy is the energy which is stored in an object and which can be used later on to do certain amount of work. Okay, I repeat once again, potential energy is the energy stored in an object which is then later on used to do certain amount of work, okay, or to transfer the potential energy into some other energy. So I repeat once again, what is potential energy? So potential energy is the energy stored in an object which can be later on used to do certain amount of work, or which can be used to transfer it into another energy. Example, when we are using bow and arrow, everybody knows bow and arrow, how to use it. Okay, so when a person is using a bow and arrow, he uses the string to stretch the bow. Okay, when he does that, energy is stored in the bow. Okay, and as soon as we release the string, all of that energy stored inside is transferred to the arrow, and that is why arrow starts moving. So the potential energy of the bow is transferred to the arrow, and the arrow moves, which is then converted into kinetic energy. So the potential energy of the bow is transferred into arrow to make it into kinetic energy. Okay? Similarly, let's say that I have this marker placed at a certain height. Now I am holding this marker, but as soon as I release it, it is starting to fall. Why? Because at this particular point, above the surface, the marker is having certain amount of energy stored inside it. Okay, certain amount of energy stored inside it, and that energy can later be used on to move itself. Okay, when I release the marker, it starts falling. So it is now in motion, which means that the potential energy which was stored inside the marker is converted into kinetic energy. So as soon as it starts moving, that potential energy is slowly being used up, and then it is converted into kinetic energy. Okay. Similarly, when you have a balloon, okay, and you fill it up with air, the walls of the balloon, or the balloon is stretched, rubber of the balloon is stretched, and that is why, because of the air, the energy is stored inside it because of its shape. As soon as I release the mouth of the balloon, all the air starts coming out. Why? Because the balloon is applying the force on the air which is being pushed out. So the energy was stored inside the balloon, okay, and as soon as we released it, the air was pushed out. So what is happening? In all these cases, you can see that the energy is stored inside an object, okay, and that energy is later on used to do certain amount of work. You might have played some toys as a child. When you wind up the spring of a toy car with the key, okay, the spring inside coils up, and as soon as you release the car, it starts moving. So in that case also, when you are winding up the toy with the spring toy with the key, the spring inside it is being used to store the potential energy. When the spring is wound up, the energy is stored inside it. Okay, and as soon as you release it, that potential energy is transferred to the wheels, and the vehicle starts moving, and so the energy is converted from potential to kinetic. I hope it is clear to you, students. Another thing to understand is that potential energy can be stored in an object if some work is done on it. I repeat once again, potential energy can also be stored in an object if some work is done on it. For example, when I am stretching the bow, okay, when I am stretching the string of the bow, I am applying my force and I am moving the string. So I am applying force and displacement. Whatever displacement I do, that much amount of work is done on the string, and because of that, potential energy is stored. If I stretch even more energy is stored inside. Why? Because I am doing more work. So more work you do, more energy is stored. Okay? I repeat once again. More work you do, more energy is stored. Similarly, when this marker is on the surface, there is no potential energy, but I have to move the marker. So I am applying the force, full force on the marker and moving it to a certain displacement. So force into displacement, work done. So I am doing some work on this marker, and now this marker has some potential energy because work was done on it. Now when the work is done, the energy is stored in this marker, and that marker can move once again and potential is converted into kinetic. So work is done on the object, then the potential energy is stored in that object, and that potential energy can be used later on to do certain amount of work or to transfer the energy. Okay, so potential energy is stored energy in an object, to do some work after some time, or to transfer into another energy. So potential energy is stored energy in an object to do some work after some time or to transfer it itself into another energy. Don't worry, I will give you the notes, and in that you will have a proper definition. No need to write this one. Okay? I hope it is clear to you, students. Let's move on to the next topic. Okay, students, so like I said, what is potential energy? Potential energy is the energy stored in an object, okay? And the other thing is, how is the potential energy stored? So potential energy is the energy stored because of or the virtue of the position of the object, or its configuration, Configuration means what is the shape, how it is made up of, in that way. So it is either because of the position of the object or the configuration, or what is the shape and size of the dimensions of the object in short. For example, spring. So if you press the spring, because of its shape, now it has potential energy. As soon as you release it, the spring is going to push whatever object is in front of. Because when you have the spring in a pen, you know when you push the spring, the point comes out and it stays there, but the spring is wound up. That means its energy is stored. As soon as you press the point once again, the refill is pushed back, and therefore the point of the pen goes inside. So what is happening over here? Because you push the pen, okay, the spring was wound up and it had potential energy. As soon as you released your thumb, the refill was pushed back. Okay, so the spring is having its potential energy because of its shape, or you can say configuration. Similarly, position. So at this point, this marker has no potential energy because it is on the surface. But as soon as I take it to a certain height, now because of its position, not because of its shape, okay, at a certain height, it doesn't matter what shape it is. So because of its position, or you can say at a certain height, now the energy is stored inside it. And that is why the potential energy is stored in the object because of the position. As you know, in the dams, the pressure of the water is much more, because as soon as you go higher and higher, the pressure inside is more. As soon as you release the valves, the water comes out with high pressure. Okay, why? Because at the dams, because of the position or the height of the water stored, the pressure is much more. Gravitational potential energy is acting on it. Potential energy is acting on it because of gravity, and that is our next topic. When the potential energy of an object is the energy stored inside it, because of its position at a certain height, then such potential energy is called gravitational potential energy. It is called gravitational potential energy. I repeat once again, the energy stored inside an object because of its position at a certain height is called gravitational potential energy. I repeat once again, energy stored in an object because of its position at a certain height, then it is known as gravitational potential energy. Because as soon as I release it, because of the gravitational force, it is going to start moving. Okay, so I was holding it, or let's say if I keep it at a certain place, it is at a height, then it is having potential energy. I just need to push it a little bit so it starts falling. That is gravitational potential energy. So in gravitational potential energy, only the position of an object matters, not because of its configuration, position of an object at height. This is what matters in gravitational potential energy. I hope it is clear to you, students. Okay, students. So like we had the derivation for the kinetic energy, and the formula for kinetic energy was half mv square. Similarly, we have the formula for gravitational potential energy as well. And for that also, once again, we are going to use the formula of work done is equal to force into displacement. So I just said in the starting of this video, if a certain work is done on that object, then energy can be stored inside it. So remember, the marker is at rest position. At this state, on the surface, on the ground, it has no potential energy. But as soon as I apply the force, so I am applying the force, and because of the force applied, the work is done. When I am applying the force, there is displacement also. And now because of the displacement, it is kept at a certain height. So when the work is done on the object, the energy is stored inside it. I repeat once again, when the work is done on the object, then the energy is stored inside it. And therefore, this energy stored inside is called potential energy. So similarly, in order to have the gravitational potential energy on this marker, I have to apply the force. So I applied the force. And the force what I am applying at a certain point is because of the gravity. So if you remember, the force of gravity is m into g, that we studied in the previous videos, that is in gravitational chapter. F is equal to mg. Okay? And displacement, so I am going to keep the object at a certain height. So displacement s is h. How? In order to understand this, imagine that there is a box that I have to move and place it at a certain height. Okay? So I have to move this box and place it at a certain height. So I am going to apply the force in the upward direction, or I am going to lift the box. So force is applied, F is equal to mg, and the displacement s is h. How much I want to move the box? That is the displacement. And whatever height that I am doing, that is its final point. So we are taking the displacement, not the distance. Okay? Because ultimately we are talking about displacement, how much it has moved. We don't care at how much place you went over there and where then you kept it. So if it doesn't matter if you choose the path like this. You are moving the box from here to here, then going this way, coming back, and then moving to a certain height. It doesn't matter. We only count the displacement, not the distance covered. That is why we studied the very first thing in the beginning of the syllabus, that is motion. And in displacement and distance was the first thing that we studied. Distance is the total area covered while the journey, and displacement is the shortest distance. Okay? So it doesn't matter if you take the box and go over there, ultimately you are going to come back to this point. So displacement is this much, and that is a certain height. Let's say that I kept the object to a certain 2 meters height, and we take displacement as 2 meters. So what we have force as mg, and displacement as height, at what height I am keeping the object. Okay, and this work done is mgh. Okay, and this much work done is equal to energy stored, and that is why energy E is equal to mgh, or I is the potential energy stored inside it, or I can write gravitational potential energy to be very precise. So what we did, force is mg, s is displacement, so we are taking it to a certain height, and that height we are writing displacement as h over here, and ultimately whatever the work done is equal to energy stored, and this is our gravitational potential energy. E is equal to mg h, or P E is equal to mg h. I hope it is clear to you, students. We'll talk about the numericals of this gravitational potential energy in the next video. Till then, have a nice day.